Failing to put a safeguard in place to keep people in their homes is most likely to harm the most vulnerable Americans and to harm communities of color. It is critical that we act now. We cannot delay any longer. And with that.
So she wants to go ahead and let people stay for a year. And if they stay for a year, and by the way, at the very end, we're going to do something for the landlords. We don't know. It's a different bill. It's not mine. I haven't seen it. Can't talk to it. This other guy is going to talk about getting the landlords paid. So you're going to just pay landlords and you're going to let people live for free? When did we become a communist country? This is insane. And you see where it's going. But I have one more for you. And this is from Senator Schumer up in New York.
One of the priorities Republicans do seem to agree on is what Leader McConnell has been clamoring about for weeks, that protecting corporations is their #1 priority. 1 in 5 renters face an eviction, and McConnell can't stop talking about the pandemic of lawsuits.
You know, if they didn't have all of these lawsuits, there's 2 things they could stop that would help with schools and businesses being open. If they went and said, hey, listen, we're not going to allow you to sue somebody and say that you got COVID at their place of business. Not that you could ever prove it, but we don't even want people to have to defend such an insane lawsuit. But they don't want to do that. You know what really could help a lot of different people? Good people in bad situations? I haven't heard once. And let me ask you this. Have you ever heard anyone mention doing away with the credit bureaus? These things in the cloud, the Equifax, the TransUnion, that says, you are deemed X score, and that score is going to follow you around on your chest. You see, the people in these lower income communities don't have to worry about that. They get their stuff paid for by the government, which makes it a viable investment. Everybody else, you got a score written on your chest, and the first thing people do is look, oh, okay, here's your score, here's what you can do. Now, if they really wanted to change things, maybe that's what they should look at. Who came up with the idea that if these people who do get evicted, it stays on your record for 7 years or 10 years? Who came up with the idea that a bankruptcy stays on your record for 7, 10, 20 years or whatever? A foreclosure stays on your record for 7, 10, 20 years and can be renewed if there's a certified judgment down here in South Florida. Who came up with those ideas? You never hear them talk about that. That could change some things, but you never, ever hear that.
We're having a looming eviction crisis, and by all accounts, Republicans are preparing a bill that won't keep families in their homes. We know evictions and unpaid bills can have serious and long-term effects on households, and more than 40% of Black and Latinx renters report they're unlikely to make the rent in the next pay period.
Come on. Do you ever talk about anybody who's not a person of color? I'm married to a white woman. She finds it incredibly insulting that nobody that runs our country talks about everybody. We're carving out exceptions for certain periods, certain groups of people. I'm a black guy. I don't find that to be equitable whatsoever. That's absolutely nuts, but that's all they end up doing.
Getting evicted can cause damage to a family's finances, and eviction records take years to repair. Without rental assistance, more people will experience housing instability or homelessness, putting their health and everything else at risk. What do my colleagues, my Republican colleagues, have to say to these individuals?
Everything else at risk. What do you think Johnny not paying his rent is doing for Mr. Homeowner's credit and his ability to buy more properties and obtain more mortgages? Does that even cross your mind? Does it even matter to you? Or is it just the ones that you hope you can get to vote for you? That's where this stuff becomes very sick.
You lose your job through no fault of your own, this crisis. You're about to be evicted from your house, again through no fault of their own.
Okay, let's take that. You lose your job to no fault of your own. Your tenant doesn't pay his rent to no fault of your own. Can't you come back and have the same anger according to what you're hearing these people say? It's just as bad on the other side for us investors.
Of your own. What does McConnell say? I want to help the corporate big boys on K Street? Bye-bye. We don't need you. Awful.
These guys make me sick. I mean, seriously. I mean, absolutely gut-wrenchingly sick. I'm getting ready to go have a nice dinner with my wife for our 27th anniversary, and I got to hear that crap. Hey, thanks for checking out this clip of the Barry Cunningham Show. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, I talk about real estate and the trends and news that affect real estate and making money in real estate. So if you want to see us live, just go ahead and click the subscribe button below, or just click the link below, which is going to be a link to the archives of all of our live shows. And then we'll go ahead and cut these up and get them out there so you can see the clips of the various shows. But in any event, I'm glad you're watching. Please continue to watch and have a great day. Get out there and make some money. And we'll see you on the next episode.